is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. Find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the start of a new game. I say an old game, it's an old game. But today we are starting the playthrough of BioShock. I've been after this game, well, I played it originally on the Xbox when it first came out, but I've been after this game coming back into sale. And I think it was last week, Creeper gave us a link to a website that had it on sale. So I was able to pick up the entire collection for £7. So I've been looking forward to playing this all day, actually. If I hadn't have been busy doing my accounts, I probably would have started the stream early this afternoon. But before we start the actual game properly, there's a little bonus area that will take about 5 minutes for us to go to. If you remember from the first Half-Life games, and like the very first one in like Opposing Force, they had like a little tutorial sort of thing. So I'm going to sort of think this museum is kind of like that. So I'm going to hop straight into there. It'll only take us 5 minutes to walk around here. This little bit here is more for when, if people watch us again on YouTube, because there's the sections we're going to go over. We're not going to like read the text. We're just going to like fly over it, and people can pause it if they want to read it. But just for completion's sake. Here we go, into the museum where it's got all the concept art. So this is where we're starting here. This remaster does look beautiful, doesn't it? I mean, look at the ocean there. So also have a little wander around here. What's everyone's egg count up to so far? That looks familiar. Trying to remember which one of the levels that might be part of. Is that 1,370 so far for you focus? Let's see, I'm just gonna. Actually, we'll have a little rummage around here, and I'll. It's mainly just so people can pause it later on. But it's only just this little chamber, so it shouldn't take us any more than a couple of minutes just to have a quick scout around at some of the concept art and the various designs there. So 12.5 for royalty, and 33.5 for Chrissy. So if I hadn't been so busy doing a few other missions today, I was going to add another points thing to the like an egg redemption thing there, but I didn't get a chance. I'll try and do it tomorrow. Is it just me, or does the face, like the hair sort of thing, that reminds me of Predator, and then that thing around the neck reminds me of the guy from Walking Simulator, because he's got something like that around his middle, hasn't he? Just look on that there. I don't quite remember some of these enemies from the game, but the last time I played this particular game was when it actually came out. I've just realised I didn't have the desktop audio turned on there as well. It's all going well today. I only remembered after I pressed the button to go into like to start the transition from the starting soon screen. I only remembered then that I hadn't even turned the microphone on. I'm gonna have a quick look through some of this other concept art here. Oh, but that would hurt if you swung around. That's what we've got in this zone. I don't remember these enemies. I wonder if these are like things that are cut from the game. Have a little look through there. Zoom for a few more. There's the place sinking. Rummage through their concept art. Which ones is it? Anglerfish or something, isn't it? These ones here. That's what we've got here. It's a big daddy crashing through the wall. Missing link model. That sounds familiar. That reminds me of one of the enemies from the original Doom. Wasn't this guy in Resident Evil? I think that Resident Evil as well might be a game that we might add for our Saturday night horror game sessions. There we go, and then that just leaves us with that one section over there to look at, and then we can start the game properly. Let's have a look at these guys. This is the sort of thing that we should be wearing during the COVID-19, shouldn't it? I would love to go to the shops in one of these big diving suits. But there we go, that's the museum done. So I just wanted to do that as a just for completion's sake at the start, because we probably would forget by the time that we finish the game. So we'll go back to the main menu and we will start the game properly, and whilst the loading screens all fire up. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. I had really hoped that that transition would have actually landed at the start of the game, but we're like 3 seconds out.
They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right. There's engine bits flying everywhere. See the lighthouse. In my original Minecraft creative world, the very first world that I played, I started like building a lighthouse structure with a thing that goes down to a little underwater city, all the like little buildings and stuff. And there's been the remastered one as well. Looks awesome. Here come the lights. Andrew Ryan. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce the name of the actor who does the voice, but it's Quark from Deep Space Nine.
Also played the original head teacher in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well, if I remember rightly. So here's the cutscene again. It's at 10 fathoms. 18. But I measured this out once to have a word.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, rapture can become your city as well.
So now we're into the city. As usual with the games, I won't. I'll try my best not to ramble over the actual game audio itself, so you can hear the story as we go on. I am assuming that you can hear it all right there. Just let me know and I'll rejiggle the audio if it's too loud or too quiet.
Spear's coming up now. Johnny, security's banging off all over. Get a move on.
Here we go. I remember these called splicers or something. I can't remember what all the different enemies were called.
Is it someone new?
The audio's fine, Chrissy. Brilliant. Oh, I just realised I've got control again. I didn't even have my hands on the keyboard. Too busy watching the thing going in the middle. Here we go, now I've got full control.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio?
And there's the keyword as well, the would you kindly.
But I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground. Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind.
Look at this.
We're gonna need to draw out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
We're probably going to spend more time sightseeing on this bit, aren't we? These are like the respawn chambers, these vital chamber things. it? Or E to pick up. There we go. Come on. That's why we've got to search everybody as we go as well, haven't we?
Smarter than Einstein, stronger than Hercules, and lights a fire with a snap of his finger. Are you as good as my daddy, Miss?
Here we go. Shoot up with our first plasmid. If I just crashed in like a city I'd never heard of, I'd pick up the first syringe and shoot yourself up as well, wouldn't you?
Hold on, and everything will be fine.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's buck. Weak. You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth towing it with no big daddy. Yellow. Always have been. You'll be no better off with a metal daddy, little fish. See you floating.
Exactly, Chrissy. What could possibly go wrong? These are little sisters.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel.
Mr.
I can
Bubbles.
see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's all right. I know he'll be an angel soon.
We have to name one of our dinosaurs Mr. Bubbles now on Friday. To go with Snuggles the raptor.
First time plasmid's a real kick from a mule, but there's nothing like a fistful of lightning now, is there?
Here we go. Oh. Here comes the plane. Gonna blow. Yeah, rotate, but we're definitely gonna be using Mr. Bubbles. Gotta be one of the carnivores.
Splicer! Give him the combo. Zap him, then whack him. 1-2 punch. Remember, the 1-2 punch!
This is your zap and slash royalty, or sorry, zap and slap, wasn't it?
I know you. I'm not a bad person. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. No, please, please, don't do that. Oh, we'll go. No.
I think getting electrocuted is the least of this guy's problems. Yeah, works every time the old zap and slap.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe... I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now, but you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
Follow the compass arrow. Is there a compass arrow? Oh, hang on, it's underneath my microphone, isn't it? Right, I'm going to have to raise the pop filter a bit, just so that I can see where this arrow is on screen. Ooh, big gun.
Plasmids changed everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds. We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole city went to hell.
Now, if I remember rightly, Atlas, the fella who's talking to us there, is Fontaine, that we'll meet later. If you've read the novel, which is a prequel to this, you can like learn loads and loads about him. Definitely recommend reading it. It was quite a good book. How do we change weapons then? Right, so that does that. Alright, and the mouse wheel I can select between those. Alright. I don't want to go through there just yet. Now the fjords and ends. I remember that rightly there's some...
Charlie, where you going?
One more round of ammunition, which is usually the way we sort of play these games, isn't it? And is that 9 health? Is that what that means?
If you spot a splicer in the water, hit him with the electrobolt.
Anything else exciting here? Oh, we drank all the beer. I've not been up to, not too much. Recorded, edited and uploaded another Bedrock tutorial video. And I did the, you know the drone that I've got. I've got the, they're changing the laws so that you've got to actually register now with the small drone that I use. Oop. So I wound up this afternoon doing that test for that and getting my like license basically for that. Just like doing a driving test. It was all common sense questions, but added bonuses. There's a website that lists all the questions and answers. So
You think that's a child down there?
20 out of 20, 100% score.
She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster.
So what have all you guys been up to?
Whatever you thought about right and wrong,
You all still working from home, or
that don't count for much down in Rapture.
have they like opened up your offices yet?
Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it.
Oh, where's Mr. Bubbles coming? Smack.
That's the big daddy.
Can we save the ammunition? Anything exciting in here? I've had the day off today. It's been like a weird one for the weather, I think, today, because it was briefly really hot, and now it's freezing. I've actually had to like shut my window because it's freezing in my room now. You think just like what 48 hours ago we were?
Who is it? I'm no better.
48 hours ago we were sort of like suffocating in the heat.
Have standards, even in trouble.
Stop laughing at me.
Was that you spent the day watching movies? What films were you watching then, Royalty?
I can control myself. I can.
I need to change weapons. Right, here we go. See, this is the problem again. This game, the weapon selector is underneath where the microphone is, so we have the excitement of not being able to know what it is that we're selecting. Let's wait for the electricity to die down there. There's an ambush in this area, if I remember right. Because this patch here looks familiar. Yeah. Oh no, didn't get it. That was a disaster. I was trying to zap the water there. Hey, what's that? You've been working for the Marvel films. You're up to Infinity Wars. Are you watching them all in order, or are you just picking the ones that you like the trailers and that for? Oh, I've done it again. I've drank all the whiskey. Oh, my little barbecue, she used to love what the Marvel films are. Well, I've told you this before. For Ragnarok, I remember one day when she was really ill, and she was I had her on the chair, and I was sitting on the floor so I could be like an eye line to her, and I was giving her a hug, and she had put her head up so that she was looking over my shoulder to the towards the telly rather than getting a cuddle. Here we go, end of the first level.
You're trapped. Gonna try to override the exit from here.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent you? The KGB wolf or the CIA jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle. And with that, farewell, or das Lodania, whichever.
This door to open there. Well, if you top of my head, after Infinity Wars, is it not? Is it Ant-Man and the Wasp after that? Here we go, end of the first level. I can't quite remember myself now. See, when we watch them, I fire up iTunes on my computer here, and then from there, we can stream it because we've got Apple TVs in all the rooms. So we just stream it locally rather than use the bandwidth from the internet. And I've got a playlist on there, and I've got them all in order. So I just you know, we'll just click on the first one, just let it all play through.
Rapture. Now find your way to emergency access.
What's that? Press M for a hint. Alright, so there's a map here as well. Oh, that's handy. I don't recall a map in the original. Probably was, and I just never clicked it. Alright, hack. How do you hack then? Start hack. Oh, is this the game that had this? I remember this being in a game, but I couldn't remember which game it was. Alright. So we need to get this stuff to the exit as quick as we can. There we go, that's a thing. That's gotta be the weirdest method of hacking. Right, what's through here? Headshot.
Keep away from my...
Reload. So was there anything else through there? Was it here? Ah, I remember this bit. Yeah, you've got to get to that control room to unlock this gate, haven't we? Right. Let's just see if there's anything exciting over here. I think we can buy stuff from this console as well. Pistol rounds. We'll grab a few of those. Can we get a fish? We can't buy any more of those items, alright. And we don't need any more vodka. Gonna have that circus of value stuck in my head now, aren't we? There's the gates opened. Oh, I keep forgetting we've got that little buzzy thing as well, haven't we? Right, back to the pistol. I'm just thinking, how do we save as we go? Select. What have we got here then? Oh, right.
You keep an eye peeled for Steinman. The daft bastard set up shop in the surgery wing. You want to find him? Just follow the blood.
This is what you expect to find when you come into a hospital, isn't it? Ooh. crazy plastic surgeons. Speaking of crazy plastic surgeons, has anyone seen Escape from LA? So I remember there was a bunch of there was like a scene in that where you encountered a whole load of the crazy plastic surgeons, where people had all the crazy had all like the crazy surgery and what have you done. What's down here? We need to get a fire plasma, don't we, later on to melt that. Oh no, we drank all the whiskey again. Right, let's stand here till it wears off. I would definitely recommend giving the well, start with Escape from LA, watch that one first, and then watch Escape from New York. Incredibly corny, shall we say, for nowadays. They're quite hilarious in one respect for the film. Not supposed to be funny, but I could hear. Oh, I think I can hear something there, but there it is over there. That's what I'm thinking. But one of the things that always got me in the like Escape from LA and Escape from New York is the main character, Snake Plissken. Everybody seems to know him.
There's some law that says we must.
You know, he's like a criminal that's known like the world over, sort of. Well, not criminal as such. He was like a soldier.
You'll have to find some way to get through to
But everyone seems to already know who he is.
the Lord hates a quitter. I can hear that splicer sounding off like it's the
But if you get the there's one thing I like with all films is looking at sometimes like some of the themes that they bring out in them. Oh, what's this do? Oh, we just used all our money up. It's looking at the themes of the old movies and then seeing how that actually plays out in like today's society. So when the moron Trump took over the US and the initial sort of like wave of like insane racism and all that craziness, you know, all these the various like persecutions and what have you that he was having doing. If you watch Escape from what's this, hold shift for weapons menu, or press shift for weapons menu, that doesn't work. Oh well. If you watch Escape from LA and listen to some of the things that they're saying that are going on in the country, because when he first came to power, that was what was going through my head, is that the stuff that he's doing matches up with the things that they were discussing in that film, such as people being locked up for being like the wrong religion and what have you, and stuff like that. The reason why we're there. Oh, hang on, which way is this arrow pointing? There we go. Have we got another weapon? We're getting through this. How do you change plasmids? So we don't have the other plasmid yet. Right, what was the M for the map? So we need to double back the other way then, do we? Just checking. Ooh, watch out for the machine gun. Something shooting us there.
It has been brought to my attention that some citizens have discovered ways to hack the vending machines. I should not need to remind each and every citizen of that free enterprise is the foundation upon which our society has been established. Parasites will be punished.
Put away.
Right, this is back around to the beginning. Check this map again. So we're now here. That little chamber there is obviously where that gun is. Can't really get it. Now we're pinned down here. Right, what have we missed? Ah, right. So these cameras going to be just like in isolation, are they? Can we not see the grid on the floor? Oh, look, but they do have a nice flashlight, so you can see what they're looking at. Beta hack. Start hack. We need some straight pieces. Through a curve. Oh, you've got to hold them. Right, I think that's increased the flow. Oh, did we get that wrong? I think we forgot to do the last piece, babies. Right. Change that to down. Find the piece that goes that way. Another piece that goes that way. Surely that is lined up. Increase flow rate. There we go. Oop, that's in the way. This looks like if I zap it, it'll go up. See, that's the way we came there. But whilst we're going around here as well, just thinking about like I say in their films and comparing them to sort of like, you know, case studies in sort of like what's going on with like society, should we say. Has anyone seen well, one of my favourite movies, the 1950s? Oh, right, we've got that plasmid now. Oh, here we go. Watch this cutscene first.
Light up foes to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spreads.
Here we go. There we go. Oh, we've hit the gin again. As I was saying, the 1950s Daily Oster still starred Michael Rennie. It's a Robert Wiseman movie, and I can never remember her second name. Patricia something. She was married to Roald Dahl. I think she died about 10 years ago, roughly. I think she definitely died in the 2000s. But if you compare the 1950s version, and sort of like they say again, the themes that run throughout it, with the Keanu Reeves version that came out in
I don't know, was that 2007, maybe 2009, something like that. If you look at the way sort of like the themes that appeal to the different Patricia Neal, there we go. If you look at the themes in that, you have just checking for enemies. What's that? Mouse wheel for plasmids. Alright, right. The first one, obviously in the 1950s, you've got you know, the atomic bomb. You've got you know, the Cold War. Let's just melt this one here. And those are sort of like the fears that it plays on, and it you know, that's like the topic of it. And then you've got the should have just shot them straight off. Then you've got the one that came out, let's say the Keanu Reeves one, whichever year that one came out. And the ones that is all environmental destruction. You know, keeping the planet clean and such, which is you know, socially what is, you know, important topics. Did I miss something from it? Ah, yeah. I thought I could hear somebody else in my headphones. So it's nice to like analyse. Like I say, I like to analyse films with those sorts of looking at how they sort of like work with society, sort of thing. I can hear a camera somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. But if you get a chance to watch the 1950s Day the Earth Stood Still, I highly recommend it. Where did he go? I don't know what that does, but we'll take it. Stay down. We're stuck in the door. Right, here we go. I thought we could get in there. Oh, never mind. Also, rummage around here. What sort of like films, like favourite films do you guys have, or any like particular sort of like themed films do you like watching? Like what sort of like styles and such?
How dare you touch me? That won't work for long.
I can hear a camera somewhere, but I can't figure out where it's coming from. Oh, I don't know what this combination will be. Incorrect. Yep. You like the horror films, because you like the what Friday night horror games as well, don't you? For the suspense. I don't really do that like myself. That many horror ones. It's got to be something particular about it that draws us into it. Or what's it called? As Above, So Below. I definitely recommend that one. Which button is it again to change? Oh, there it is. I definitely recommend that one there. It's sort of like in the catacombs under Paris. I think that one appealed to me originally because... Just knock him down. Because I've been to the catacombs and actually walked through them. Oh, we're trapped. Maybe this guy doesn't have a flashlight. What does he? I'll just try pressing F. Yeah, I think a couple of months ago when we were chatting in the stream, I think I mentioned that one. Reload. Another one as well that you might be interested in I think it's called Devil's Pass. It's another one of these kind of like similar sort of ideas of you get like the low budget horror film sort of thing. Well, crouch. But in that one, they're going to this like mountain pass where there's like lots of people gone like missing or died or what have you, and there's like a secret base that they're going to, and there's like people hunting them, trying to kill them on the way, sort of thing. And they eventually find the bunker, but then I'll leave what happens to that for if you've seen it. Yeah, because I think I've said about that one as well, because I said I don't really like do that many horror films. Oh, what we got here? Ah, it's another.
Throw objects at foes. You can even catch grenades and throw them back.
Need to unlock more plasmid slots. So that to grab an object, that to release an object, V to throw an object. Oh no, that auto press V to drop, right. Hold it to catch a grenade, which I take it this is the grenade practice range. That's enough of that. Anything else exciting around here? Right. I'm guessing the very first person we encounter is probably... I was expecting them to throw a grenade at us there. I'm trying to think as well, what other horror films have I actually seen? It's not really that many. I don't know if it classes as horror or not. There's a movie. Oh, here we go. We drank all the whiskey again. This guy has a problem. But anyway, it's like a very low budget because it's basically one set. But I think the premise was vaguely that aliens land, or aliens come down, and they basically abduct everyone up. And everyone is in this big room, and they're all standing on these little circles. And every like few minutes or something, I can't remember what the time scale was. Somebody gets the circle. Yeah, that's right. Somebody gets it's like every like 5 minutes or something. That's someone gets killed, but they have to like select between. So it's like the weird, you have like people trying to like argue that case of why they should be kept alive, kind of thing. But yeah, I've watched that one. I'm completely lost as to where we're supposed to go here. How could you take a shotgun round to the face? Yeah, that's where I saw it on Netflix, because every time I logged on, it was always at the top of my screen, and the shape of the like icon that was for it, it kept on reminding me of, if you've seen Logan's Run, when they renew and they go to the they're in that circle in the spin round, because at first I thought it was like something like that. That's what actually drew us in to look at to watch it, because I thought it was some kind of like Logan's Run thing that was going on. Right, where are we supposed to be going in here? Right, let's go back from here. So this arrow's still pointing us this way and then it stops. What are we missing in here?
Typical behavior for someone with your condition. Nurse, help me find this
Maybe. I thought maybe we could grab that and thingy it.
I am trying. Quick, someone shut the door! Why are you dragging out your treatment?
That's another thing as well. I mean, have you seen Logan's Run before? I want to say it was 1979. Ah, right. Hang on. This is where we need to do the grenadey thing. Let me guess. Grenade. There we go. That solves the mystery.
Typical behavior for someone with your condition. How can I help you if you won't come to me?
It's another one I would definitely recommend, though, Wolfie having a look at. Let's walk through here now. Get past that. This is where a grenade would come in handy, wouldn't it? I wonder if we're supposed to have got a grenade from that crazy guy and fired it down. Let's try and see if we can pick one up off him and still keep it in my hands.
This could be a little more hygienic.
Hello.
I'm opening you up! They're running! Someone get them!
Oh, the fuse is going down. There we go, problem solved. Oh, CCTV. It's so handy that considerate that they put the lights on the camera like that for us. Just keep running. Oh, behind the screen. All right.
What can I do with this one, Aphrodite? She won't stay still!
See, this really reminds me of Escape from LA.
That was too fat! This one too tall! This one too symmetrical! And now... What's this, guys? An intruder! He's ugly! 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 Look at you, idiots!
How much ammo we got for this? Right, 4 more. Choose a different plasmid. Did we get him? Still hear him. Oh, there he is. Do we now have a key?
You alright? It was time somebody took care of that sick bastard. Make sure you get the key off, Steinman. I'm working my way to the backside of Port Neptune myself. We'll get there soon enough.
Creepy faces. Oh, we could have electrocuted him if I had dragged him down here, I suppose. Any more volunteers? Right, so we've got to backtrack this way, have we?
Sounds like another tunnel collapse. Welcome to Rapture, the world's fastest growing pilot junk. It's a little one. Here's your chance to get some Adam.
Stay away from her, or it is you who will be shot next.
Easy now, Doctor. He's just looking for a wee bit of Adam. Just enough to get by.
I'll not have him hurt my little ones.
It's okay, lad. That's not a child. Not anymore, it ain't. Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte do not hurt her. Have you no heart?
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the ghoul who cooked up them creatures in the first place. Took fine little girls and turned them into that, didn't you? Listen to me, boyo. You won't survive without the Adam those things are carrying. Are you prepared to trade your life, the lives of my wife and child, for Tenenbaum's little Frankenstein?
Here. There is another way. Use this. Free them from their torment. I will make it to be worth your while. Somehow.
So how do we... We'll rescue them. L to rescue.
No! 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 No!
Thank you.
She still looks stoned.
The path of the righteous is not always easy, yes. The reward will become clear in time. Be patient.
Time for a nap, sweetheart.
Tenenbaum's playing you for a sap. Those things may look like wee little girls, but looks don't make it so. You need all the Adam you can get to survive.
They've got a slug inside of them.
Cross paths with another of them. Gatherers, guard machines. Make sure you pick up a new plant or two. That's if the price ain't too dear, of course.
Not only are those little girls veritable atom factories, they're nearly indestructible.
What have we actually got in the way of money? We just got 80 monies.
But their relationship with the implanted slugs is symbiotic. If you harvest the slug, the host will die. So you see, it's not like killing, Tenenbaum said. It's more like removing a terminal patient from life support.
Yeah, we'll take this upgrade for now. Knocked us out of money. Right, let's just save as we go here. Oh, we're supposed to go this way. Right. Oh, there goes the turrets again.
The minister will just have to wait. It's my daughter's wedding, not his.
Hurry.
You're one of them big daddies. It won't be easy, but it's the only way to get the little sister and the Adam they carry.
Alright, how am I going to kill that big daddy then? Ooh, that's done. This may not be the best time to rescue it. Oh, we have no. Oh, right, F for first aid. Right, reload.
Are you almost back to emergency access? Come through as soon as you get there. You got Ryan's eye now. You won't hear them coming, but they'll be there before you know it.
We only have 16 rounds left for that. Let's change over. Chucking the grenades. Just press shift. Shift doesn't do anything. So that's the end of the level in there.
Security alert deactivated. Thank you for your patience.
I don't know how you managed it, but you did. Come through to Port Neptune now. I'm looking forward to shaking your hand.
Ooh, what's this? Select the destination. Oh, that's no fun. It means I've got to try and remember where it is we have to actually go each mission. Decent alien isolation that guides you each time. I've had a little look ahead to see how long the missions are in Alien Isolation. We may not finish it on Saturday because it looks like it's quite a large mission that's just ahead of us.
Now you had the pleasure of Andrew Ryan's company. He's the one who built this place, and he's the one who ran it into the ground. Nobody knows exactly what happened. Maybe he went mad. Maybe the power got to him. Maybe he just decided he didn't like people. Whichever way you slice it, good men died. My family's in a submarine hidden in the foundation of Fontaine Fisheries. I'll meet you there.
Oh, how do you change ammo types? Hang on, we're gonna have to look at the controls here. Equipment menus. So what we've got there. Oh, there's actually a zoom control. Oh, next ammo. Hang on. Oh, middle mouse. I was thinking no. And the plasmid menu is shift. Well, it isn't. Because walk is shift. That's probably why it doesn't work. And we're struggling to get these, to use these things. Right, let's just try and figure out a button that hasn't been used. Or, hang on, this might not work.
Go on then. I was trying to use one of my extra mouse keys, but never mind. Here we go. So this brings us. So is there a way of selecting the plasmids then? Right, let's go back in. Customize controls, customize controls, customize controls again. Switch between weapons and plasmids. Switch to fire, switch to that. Next plasmid. Is there not an actual open the plasmid menu? No, I'll just have to figure it out as we go. Anyway. Just reading there. Yeah, no complaints from you, Chrissy. Nope. Been enjoying the Alien Isolation. What's this? Use difficulty when hacking turrets. I don't know what these are, but we'll leave those. So it'll be an extra week then before we start playing Dead Space, which is another horror game. Which I'm looking forward to playing that again because it's the same again. I haven't played that since it originally came out years and years ago. Remember this place. We just keep Mr. Bubbles occupied going around here. Hell. There we go.
You have shown kindness to my little ones, but are you really a friend to us? Regardless, a little one brings you a gift to demonstrate our appreciation.
So is she gonna chuck us out something from here?
Ready for dream time, Mr. Bubbles.
Hold it! You want I'll kill your first! I'll kill your first!
Mama's here to hold you. Baby?
Oh, that's just out of ammunition. We need to do something about these two turrets as well. Right, so this is what present. cosmic damage protect you for a brief time. That could be handy. Right, we'll swap that out for that.
Cry out for Big Daddy's help. Make him think you're a little sister. Watch as he fights to protect you.
That rocket launcher is problematic. Can we get like just pixels enough to be able to hack it? No. Ah, that worked.
Who can blame a lady who craves variety?
I think this is the bit where they start appearing above you, isn't it?
And one day, gentlemen stopped calling.
Evening.
Atlas radioed on ahead. Says you were looking for an invite to the fisheries. Nuts, I say. But if in your heads up to the Warp Master's office and find old Peach a research camera, maybe I could manage an invite. What was that? My friend, you are fucked.
Well, they put a camera, don't they?
It's too tough for you. Look on the conveyor belt. You'll find something to keep you alive. Now, go get that camera and take snapshots of those that crawls on the ceiling. Then I'll let you into the fisheries. Just remember, sonny friend, I smoke an ounce of Fontaine on you, and I'll have you in a box. Atlas gives you the vouch, but I ain't turning my eye just on his say-so.
We need to figure out how to change plasmids. It'd be really helpful.
Jumping at ghosts. Fontaine's dead, and everybody knows it.
You're Fontaine.
And half the place still jumping at his shadow. Christ, even Ryan. You never mind all that. We got work to do.
That's one thing, another thing I would sort of recommend. If you do like this game, I would recommend reading the novel. That's like a prequel to it when they're actually building the city. And it sort of like ends when you get to the disaster that caused like the city to go nuts like where it is now. Got 3 rounds of ammunition left.
What did you do to her? Are you afraid of me, monster?
Right, let's change over to look at this gun. What's that? Anti-personnel rounds? Nope. We go back to the pistol.
Who's that?
Have to take on the big daddy and hand-to-hand combat. I really are going to have to do this in hand-to-hand combat. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to make a list of recommended books, and I'll put it on the book section on Discord. Speaking of which, let's press the lag button for a second. Oh, that's that bit with the two turrets on either side, isn't it? Let's reload. So we are completely out of ammunition, pretty much. And we still don't know how to change plasmids. What's out there? Are you going to start ordering new books this week? Ooh, that's a bit of an issue. Right, tell you what, machine gun did it last. Oh, we haven't got any ammunition. Alright, medkit even. Do you have a Kindle by any chance, Chrissy? It's unfortunate because I could have bundled up like the thousands and thousands of books, and I could have sent them over for you to read. Actually, you might be able to still run them on your desktop, I suppose, but there's no real comparison between reading it on e-ink as opposed to reading it on an LCD screen. Yep, gonna start them off with the tough ones. My first ABC. No, I don't think they're that expensive at all, to be honest. The way that Amazon sort of works them is you got like you can get like the cheaper version that comes with adverts. So every time you turn the device off, the sleep sort of screen, the standby screen, becomes an advert for an Amazon product. It's the same as that little Amazon tablet that I use when we do the streams in the garden. Ooh, hide underneath you, that one there, comes with adverts, so it means the sort of like lock screen has an advert on, and you just swipe up, and that's you logged on, and it's dismissed. Ooh, run. Oh, here we go.
Just like what you'd see topside. According to this magazine article I scratched up, it can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures, lots of other $5 words.
reload. How many of these is there? Can't see anything for the water. I don't think we're going to make it. Oh, how many turrets are there? Yeah, I think the mistakes have been made. Run away. Right, fall back, fall back. Right, where were we before the disaster ensued? Yeah, I mean, as much as well, I do still have absolutely thousands and thousands of paperbacks and hardbacks and what have you, and as well. But yeah, I've got a mammoth collection on my Kindle. There's actually, because I've got like a program for converting the books, I've still got absolutely mountains of them to convert as well. I'll maybe fire up. Ooh, this is getting problematic, this, isn't it? I'll maybe fire up the machine to finish converting them, because there's I got like a bundle, I see, with like tens of thousands of books in. Oh, hide, hide, hide. Let's just save it here for a moment. Not that I'm yeah, that's what you were saying the other week on Discord, wasn't it? You got your display purposes only. I suppose when I think about it, I mean, I do have like autograph books, which, you know, I would never let anyone else read. Whenever well, I'm OCD about washing my hands to start with, you know, even before the pandemic. But whenever I'm picking up one of my books, I always make sure that my hands are all nice and clean, so there's no damage to them or anything like that. Ooh, I think we made it. Ammo, ammo, yes, we need all the ammos.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong.
Good, you got the camera. Now get me some snaps on those spider splicers, and don't come back down here till you got my research.
Say.
Oh, this is, how do we? Must be a way to change these plasmids.
Why do you always do this?
Have all these medkits.
Even miles from the water, he sees everything. Sees everything.
Ooh. And we've got 7 rounds of ammunition left. That sounds about right for the way that we play, doesn't it?
I'm just lonely. I'm lonely.
There's the next one.
Think you can trick me?
Yeah, those sort of ones, not for reading but for display. Have your normal paperback version, which is your reading one, for that sort of thing. Right, how do we get to this menu here to change this stuff?
Trick the security system. Set security bots and turrets on your enemies.
I remember when I used to work at the like for the travel lodge, and I used to go to like on the drive home, I would pass the Silverlink as I was coming back from Newcastle, and they had a Borders, so I was always going into Borders to like buy a new book to read, and get my weapons out. I was always in there like picking up something new, and I got to know like the assistant manager and all that were in there. And I remember they offered us a job once, and I says I'd be absolutely no good because I would never actually do any work. I'd be hiding somewhere in the store and reading all the books. Is that where we're going? I can't see the arrow thing. Oh, this map looks complicated now, doesn't it? Oh, you've got to be joking and set up again. Going the right way, even. If only I knew where we were going. Stay down. Okay, we have one round of ammunition for that one. We have nothing for that. Oh no. Oh, right. So we've changed ammo types. We've got a little bit.
Is that you?
I will be.
Reload. Oh no. We need to change plasmids. What does this do? Do you have to do it at one of those stations, maybe? That must be a way to change the plasmids. Right, what we got? Miscellaneous. Weapons and plasmid selection. But it doesn't actually let you customize them. Next plasmid, that's just for the wheel thing. Equip plasmid, but we don't have the other slots unlocked. Miscellaneous. Hack use. Play in the Red Diary. Harvest rescue. Search again. What are we doing wrong in this menu? Try long clicking it. Unless we can figure out this, we can't really progress. Not holding shift here, maybe. See if we can find out maybe a workstation or something that we can click on, perhaps.
See that? Another one that requires the electric one. I've got no idea how to change it.
Here to visit the scum of the earth.
And no problem, royalty. Have a good night. I think, given that actually, well, we only do like an hour and a half. It's been an hour 40. I'm probably going to call it a day now as well myself, because I think I'm going to have to come back and try and figure out how to change these plasmids over before next time. Oh, let's drink all the beer. Ooh, we're all over the place now. What we'll do is I'll save it here, because we can't actually do anything until I figure out how to change these plasmids. So I'll save it here. And that is it. We'll call it a day for our first run of the BioShock series. So next Wednesday we will continue on with this story, as long as I figure out how to change the plasmids some point between now and then. Tomorrow night I have absolutely no idea what I put in the schedule, so it'll be a surprise for me tomorrow night as well. We will of course on Friday. Friday is Jurassic World. We're going to be playing that again there, so we need some more dinosaur names for that one there. I did manage to go back in and I got us some money, so I fixed, because I mean in that last stream we started off really well, and then that Velociraptor reset us back to the beginning where we were at the start of the stream because of all the lawsuits. And then of course, you know, Saturday is the horror night with Alien Isolation, and Sunday night stream will probably only be about half an hour long, but we're still going to do it for completion's sake. But the walking simulator for Sunday, I thought it was quite hilarious. I think that they timed that very well. I think they rushed to get this level out. But yeah. So what I'll do is we will quickly have a look and see if anyone is... Where's Twitch? There it is. So you can get your bonus points. Is anyone online? Ashens is online, right? So we will go and you can get your 200 or 300, whichever it is, points. We'll raid Ashens. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that one. So don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and have a good night. And I'll click on here. We will start the thingy, and I'll press the button on the stream deck, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.